Dan Willis here, and we're talking about Omega RMS and specifically how to pay an Omega collection debt. In other words, how to negotiate a settlement agreement and so it will help improve and raise your credit score. Now, if your account is validated and it's within the statute of limitations legal time window, which we discussed here in an earlier video, if you happen to miss it, we'll include a link in the description below. Once your account has been validated and you've investigated that statute of limitations legal time window, our next step is to negotiate a settlement agreement directly with Omega RMS. There's two parts to your settlement agreement, and it's best to get this in writing. First, we need to negotiate to settle and pay debt collectors less than the total account balance. This is in part because your account balance has likely been inflated with default interest charges and collection fees. Often, you'll be able to settle for just a fraction of the total balance. You can anticipate settling somewhere in the ballpark of as little as 10% up to around 40% of the balance. For instance, with a $1,500 debt, you may be able to settle for just 30% or $450. This is standard operating procedure, and debt collectors should be delighted to accept a settlement for less payment. Now, the second part of your settlement agreement, and this is mission critical, in exchange for your payment, we must get Omega RMS to agree they'll stop reporting your account information to all three credit bureaus. If we overlook this part of our settlement agreement, once we make payment, the only thing that'll change is the status of the collection on our credit reports, and we'll be stuck with a paid collection on our credit reports because it's going to go from unpaid to paid, so we'll be stuck with a paid collection. This is still a bad credit mark to have on our credit reports, and if you'd like some help, you can get a free credit report consultation by calling toll-free 1-844-517-7627. Now let's talk about a pay-for-delete approach to dealing with debt collectors. Have you heard of this amazing sounding approach? It's where we demand the debt collector first delete the collection from our credit reports, and we promise then we'll pay them. For many obvious reasons, this is not based in reality. You're welcome to try, and we'll say it'd be great if things did work this way. But in over a decade of working with folks, we've yet to hear of even one individual or one company ever making this agreement. Instead, we encourage our members to get Omega RMS to agree to stop reporting your account information to all three credit bureaus in exchange for your payment. This is an agreement they will make, and this enables us to remove the collection in our upcoming step here, which is how to get collections removed from your credit report. In our final step, we're looking at how to get collections removed from your credit report, and to do this, we'll need to exercise more of your consumer rights, this time those granted by the Fair Credit Reporting Act, FCRA. This federal legislation is what enables us to challenge and dispute any item on our credit reports so long as we believe it's inaccurate, questionable, or made in error. And yes, we're going to dispute the Omega RMS collection item. There's three ways to dispute your credit report: online, over the phone, and by mail. Once the credit bureaus get your dispute, they first get to deem it valid or frivolous. Only on valid disputes are they required to investigate. And this is another conversation for another time and place, so make sure to check out the link in the description below to check out an article at our website for the full story, and also to sign up for our free report, the 7 Proven Ways to Boost Your Credit Score. Now, once the credit bureaus get your dispute and deem it valid, they're required to investigate the item. They'll call it a reinvestigation. Nonetheless, during which they'll contact Omega RMS and request verification of the account. As per your settlement agreement, Omega RMS won't verify your account during the credit bureau's investigation. This is the second part of your settlement agreement directly with Omega, and it's about them agreeing to stop reporting your account information to the credit bureaus in exchange for your payment. As a result, the collection must be removed from your credit report. The Fair Credit Reporting Act is very clear. Every item on your credit reports must be verifiable. This is how to exercise your consumer rights to legally remove negative credit report items and long before serving the maximum 7-year bad credit prison sentence. 7 years is the maximum. Did you know there is no minimum amount of time any negative item must remain on your credit reports? And when's the last time you've heard of a criminal serving their maximum prison sentence? So then why should you? For clarity, if this Omega collection is on all 3 of your credit reports, you'll need to file 3 separate credit report disputes, as in you'll need to dispute Equifax to potentially clear your Equifax credit report. You'll also need to file a TransUnion dispute to potentially clear your TransUnion credit report, and likewise with Experian. We'd be remiss if we neglected to mention there have been amendments made to the Fair Credit Reporting Act over time. The most recent significant is today you can dispute a data furnisher directly, thus bypassing the credit bureaus. In this case, the data furnisher is Omega RMS. Now let's wrap this up. It's not easy dealing with debt collectors. Understandably, many folks are intimidated, and with good reason. Debt collectors don't have your best interest at heart. Most individuals feel like dealing with debt collectors is tantamount to living in ancient biblical times and they're David going into battle with Goliath. And you're telling me all I get is this lousy slingshot and a couple of pebbles? Come on, man. In our brave new world, dealing with the credit bureaus is no easy task either. These are private, for-profit businesses that have created an estimated $4 billion a year industry simply by collecting information about you and me and selling that to our potential lenders, creditors, and even employers. While federal law is supposed to regulate both these industries, it's virtually impossible to say these industries follow the law, evidenced by the endless and consistent fines for violating consumer rights. The most recent notable is in 2015 when all 3 credit bureaus agreed to settle with 31 state attorneys general, and we can't forget the credit bureaus can't even keep our personal information safe. Recall the 2017 Equifax hack? This resulted in over 140 million Americans' personal financial information being stolen, and this crime was committed by China's Communist Party. Every honest student of history will tell you this is essentially the last people in the world you'd want to have your information. The communists, their criminal regimes responsible for the worst episodes of genocide in human history, with conservative estimates saying they've killed over 100 million people in just the last 100 years. When all is said and done, your credit score is akin to your grade point average, GPA, and glory school days past. It doesn't matter if you're acing all your classes if you're failing Spanish. That one negative mark will annihilate your overall GPA. This, too, is true of your credit score, and why it's of such vital importance to remove any credit report dings, blemishes, and negative items. We encourage our members to consider professional, legal, and legitimate credit repair companies to help, because the good news is, in 2017 alone, over 10 million negative credit report items were removed from consumers' credit reports. One of the best is Lexington Law. They've helped their clients successfully remove collections, late payments, medical bills, charge-offs, repossessions, and many more negative credit report items. If you'd like some help, you can get a free credit report consultation by calling toll-free 1-844-517-7627. Again, that's for a free credit report consultation, and the toll-free phone number is 1-844-517-7627. This is Dan Willis. We've also included a link in the description below over to an article at our website for the full story. We have a free report available there, the 7 proven ways to boost your credit score. And of course, subscribe and join our congregation. Have a wonderful day and looking forward to talking to you again here soon.